Hi, welcome to Cocktail Mode, the podcast where usually we take a retro game and try and pair it with a cocktail. But on this occasion, we have a special guest.
We had such a great laugh interviewing Mike last time out for the Desert Strike episode that we thought we'd approach other developers of games from the 90s. And we ended up with this bloke.
I'm Rico Holmes. I made some shit in the 90s. And just like that.
Perfect.
As we used to say in Team 17, box it, ship it.
Box it, ship it, the Team 17 story.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Nailed it.
Tell us about making Alien Breed, Mika. How did it all come about? Because you're down as concept and artist on that. So was it your idea to rip off Gauntlet shamelessly?
And aliens. So
I'm going to take Gauntlet and rip that off, and I'm going to take Aliens and rip that off, and we're going to make a brutally hard game out of it.
You're very wrong there.
You missed out Into the Eagle's Nest.
Well, yes, of course.
That was strangely at the same time.
Was it?
Yeah. But no, Paradroid.
Oh, I love Paradroid.
Where the
What a
inspiration
game.
came from. And
Yeah.
Gauntlet just happened to have a look, and we didn't not steal a little bit from it. We didn't not play it. But Alien Breed is my baby. That really was my baby. And when Mick wanted to start an actual production company, making video games, I tried to pitch that one to him, and he wasn't convinced at all. And he was saying, but we want to beat 'em up. We want Street Fighters and all that sort of thing. And to be honest, Yi Are Kung Fu, I remember playing that and loving that, but I wasn't really into Street Fighter or any of that. But we did Full Contact as the first game. And that made a pretty penny for us. And then when Mick realised, this can actually work. We can actually make our own studio doing games. So he had no idea what to do next. He went, go on then, make your stupid Alien Breed.
Make your little alien game. Go on.
Yeah. While we think of something decent to do.
You mentioned Full Contact. That animated intro of the person in motion is amazing.
Thank you.
Don't think I ever saw that back in the day. I've only seen it recently.
All right, yeah.
And that is stunning. How did you make that?
Thank you. All thanks to Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Is it really?
Yeah, it was in. I think it was Kumite was the film that he was doing. One of his early kung fu films.
Bloodsport.
There you go, Bloodsport. That was it. Yeah. And there's this sequence where he's doing his whatever they call that, the dance. Remember, I said I worked with doing arcade conversions, and they at the time said, "What equipment do you need?" And I said, "I need something called a Genlock." I didn't, but I really wanted to play with one. I couldn't find any reason for it, and so I got this home. And I realized you could freeze frame video and basically just trace rotoscoping, as they call it these days.
Yeah.
And so I was probably one of the very first rotoscopers on that kind of thing. And I remember doing the sequence and trying to find a loop in it. But what you don't know is it took me 2 days to do that, right? Because the video that I had only had pause for a certain amount of time. And if you didn't unpause it, because VHS tapes, they would fuck up if you left
it'd stretch, because it only paused one wheel, not the other.
To save it from knacking itself, it would start moving on. So I only had like a few seconds for each frame to trace it. And it was stressful as fuck. I'm tracing this, and if it moved on, there was no chance I was ever going to find the frame again, and all of that sort of stuff. So it was a bit of effort.
Awesome.
Talking of intros and Alien Breed, did you draw that?
Alien Breed.
The Alien Breed intro, the black and white disc 0 intro thing. Was that you?
All the artwork on everything. The one thing I won't take credit for, and I was really annoyed at the time, to be honest, was the box artwork. They'd got some artists to do the box artwork as a painted thing.
Yeah.
And it just didn't match at all. God knows what he was thinking when he was doing that. And it kind of upset me because I wanted to use a printout of the screen to have that digital effect on the box artwork. And no, they thought they'd get a professional artist to do it. So a little bit insulting and also crap.
I played Into the Eagle's Nest a long time ago. I played it in Alien Breed a lot more recently. Are they genuine? One of those things where it just sort of happens.
It just sort of happened at the same time, yeah.
That's crazy, isn't it?
That is random, because even back then, I thought, oh, this is
not
necessarily a rip-off, but this is, they've looked at this game and thought, let's do that, but with aliens.
Oh, we never had any fear of stealing things, but no,
clearly.
Well, inspiration. Yeah.
Yes.
Did 20th Century Fox ever send you any letters?
Oh, that's actually really good. You say that because we got it somewhere. I was thinking the other day, I've got to see if I can find that somewhere and use it as evidence because, 20th Century did get in touch.
Wow, I'm not surprised.
Because we outright went, yeah, these are aliens from the Alien film. and after a little bit of negotiations, they agreed. They said, okay, you can use it, but we had to sign contracts and agreements and all that sort of thing that we would never try and make a film based on our game. So yeah, like I say, a different time, and people were much more just flexible. Human,
nicer. Everyone was nicer.
That's right. Because I'd say, especially, I think when the face huggers turn up, it's like if it wasn't obvious before, it's like...
yeah, we stole those.
Wow, what a revelation!
yeah, exclusive.
Yeah. I always assumed it was just independently developed.
But there's one thing that you maybe didn't think about when you were playing Alien Breed, and it's something that kind of works. I don't have regrets in life, but there's a couple of things you look back and go, oh, bloody hell, why didn't I? But why didn't I? Is patent the shop system in the game, because if you think about it, since then that was the very first shop system of any form. That was a bit of a precursor to microtransactions, all of this sort of stuff that you can buy. That I didn't patent that in a game.
Yeah. Well, you just don't think, do you?
No.
If you're not Nintendo, you don't think to patent everything you
Well,
make.
like I said, we were mostly full of Newcastle Brown and just having fun. So. Which I did.
And hoping you wouldn't get sued.
You say you're not ashamed of nicking stuff. Did you nick the Pong idea off of Electrocop on the links?
I'm not following that one, I'm afraid. What?
Well, no, there you go. Guess not.
So Electrocop on the links.
No one played the fucking links but you.
Shut up. Electrocop on the links has
I watched my neighbour playing it.
Yeah, it's got terminals and you have to unlock doors and that. And while you're waiting for the doors to unlock, you can play mini games. I think one of them's Breakout. And when Pong come up on Alien Breed, I was like, they've nicked that off Electrocop. But apparently Dave's right, and it was only me that ever played Electrocop.
Do you know, I'd forgotten we even did that. Yeah, I told you I'd be useless to you.
No, that's good.
Great.
I like that.
Yeah.
I was livid because I couldn't fucking figure out how to get out of it once I started playing it for a while.
I had to quit the game.
No, really? It didn't lock you in? Yeah. I'm blaming Martin.
Are you watching the Alien TV show?
I am.
Good, isn't it?
It is really, really good. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Mate at work is going, oh, they've Disneyfied it. But no, they've done a bloody good job.
I think so.
It's icky, isn't it? It's proper,
proper
creepy. I love it.
I reckon it's the best Alien thing since Resurrection.
I'm absolutely with you on that.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Really, really cool.
So good.
I love that it seems like they're sort of starting to lean towards the idea that the alien in the title might be the weird eye thing rather than the actual alien that we all think it is, because it seems to be the focus of the story more than the alien.
It's good, isn't
Great.
it?
Yeah, really cool.
That's creepy, that thing.
It's a quality curveball.
Yeah.
Because you just, from the outset, you just think, oh yeah, it's the same old thing we've seen a million times. We know what it does. We know how it works. Then they throw that little bastard out. What the fuck
One
does
that got
this
me
do?
with, potential spoiler alert, but the one that got me in the last one was when they're feeding that one with mobile phones and bits of minerals. It's like, oh right, yeah.
This won't go out for a month, so it won't be spoilers for anybody.
Perfect.
Yeah, they'll be finished by then. It's the last episode next time, aren't they?
It is.
Yeah.
I'm sure it will be a cliffhanger because there's no way that's not getting a second series.
There's already a second series planned.
Yeah, great stuff.
I wasn't sold on it at first, and it's really grown on me over the last few episodes. I was a big fan of the Aliens comics back in the 90s.
All right.
When they just come up with anything.
Yeah.
Any bonkers idea you could think of for a story involving the aliens, they'd do it. And there was a great one where I think it's called Rogue, Aliens Rogue. And they had basically a team of synths that didn't know they were synths sent into a hive to extract royal jelly or some bollocks from the queen. And that whole thing of the aliens ignoring them because they're not biological. They can get nothing from them. It comes from that.
When he went into the booth, I thought, oh, he's safe because they're only after mechanical things. And it actually caught me off guard. I like series that out clever me. That did it. It was good. Yeah. But also that we tend to anthropomorphize. That's a good word, isn't it?
You're going to fit in right.
No more for you.
Anthropomorphize.
Thank you. So the synths that we're seeing, we tend to think that Wendy is this enthusiast. You're seeing her turn. You're seeing the actual emotionalist kick in now. And Timothy Oliphant, man, he's good.
He's great in everything. I absolutely adore him. How long have you been in Sweden, Rico?
Oh, bloody hell. Going on 30 years now.
Jesus, really?
It's a bit on and off because I lived back in the UK for 5 years, and then I missed Sweden, so I came back here, and a bit all over the place, really.
What took you to Sweden, Rico? Why Sweden?
You get one guess.
A woman.
There we go. Well, that was the thing when we'd worked for half a year to a year on something like that. I can't remember exactly, but when we'd first published Miami Chase, finally the three of us had a couple of coppers to rub together, and Peter and Andreas were going to come to England to meet me because we'd never met.
Wow.
And then realised, hold on, it's daft because we hardly got any money for it, and it's daft for two of you to buy air tickets if I can come to Sweden.
Yeah.
So I came over and partied like maniacs, and I met Lola.
Excellent.
I liked it and stayed.
Yeah, because if you type Rico into the terminals in Alien Breed, it comes up with Rico loves Lotta.
Oh, how sweet is that? The things I don't remember.
Compared to all the other shit that you type into the computer, that's the nicest one.
Yeah, that's right.
For sure.
That's the one that doesn't get you sued by Dolly Parton.
We like Dolly Parton.
When we were pinging around notes of ideas of questions, stuff we just wanted to ask you, I wondered if you'd got run out of the country by Manchester United fans.
It wasn't me that had a beef, honestly. That was Martin. It was entirely Martin.
I was reading up on that earlier today. All of those cheat codes were Martin.
Yeah.
Really?
Because you can't do this. You can't. And he wouldn't have it. He'd put anything in. He didn't care. That was the beauty of him. He was just so irreverent. He wouldn't bow to anything.
It was a good time. It was a very irreverent time, wasn't it? When you think back to the music, the comedy, all that sort of thing at that time in the 90s. It was all very much like that, yeah.
And the Amiga scene in the 90s was like punk for video games, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's how I view it. Kind of a homemade, do-it-yourself ethic, very much. No, we don't need a big publisher. We can do this ourselves.
In all honesty, it was a really good job that Mick was a great businessman because we were just in it for the fun.
Yeah. Well, that's nice. How old were you back when you started? Team 7, wasn't it? The original one. How old were you?
Crikey, I was, I think 19 at that point, 18, 19. We started working, Martin ran this public domain thing at the time, and me and Andreas had just been separately sending in bits and bobs. He was like in some hacker crew, and I was just doing artwork. And Martin said, fuck no, you two should get together and make a game. Well, yeah, all right, give it a go. So we did. Obviously, it was pre-internet, so it was phone calls to the horrible fucking cost of my phone bills. And then we realised we couldn't really do that anymore. So we ended up sending literal floppy disks, the old 5 1/4 things, through the post. So it would take like a week or so between any exchanges. But it turned out that was ace practice, right? Because you've got to know what the other person's up to. You've got to be in their mindset. You've got to know what they need. You've got to preempt everything. And it built a communication between me and Andreas that just lasted forever.
Yeah. You still in touch now?
Oh, yeah. We had a couple of days with the families in Copenhagen, Denmark this summer. It's always lovely to catch up with the old bugger. Unfortunately, he lives in Stockholm. He went to Sweden's version of the Big Smoke up there.
The big city.
Yeah. So we don't catch up that often, but whenever we can.
Excellent stuff. What was that first game?
Oh, that first game. It was a game called Miami Chase.
I played it yesterday.
You never did.
I couldn't get it to work.
Could you not? Oh, no.
Some weird thing with the emulator, the controls wouldn't register.
Oh, yeah, no. Andreas and he's shooting for that control scheme. It's an absolute nightmare.
Well, it had some amazing technical things we pulled off with it, to be honest, and it was a good crack doing it.
Did you fancy suing DMA when GTA came out?
Do you know what? I was flattered. I really was. The thing that got me, the thing that annoyed me, because because we sold it off in one to Codemasters,
Mm.
and it was a one-off fee, no royalties. It was just like, we'll buy it outright, and they did minimal effort to market and all that sort of stuff. But then guess what? They came out with Micro Machines pretty much straight after. Thieving buggers.
Yeah.
But no, Rockstar were ace, and we got friends at Rockstar. No issues with them ever.
Yeah, I played that game for. I reckon I had a good after 3/4 of an hour, and I think I saw the car I was chasing once.
Yeah.
That seems to be most of those early Team 17 games are brutally hard.
Every game at that time was.
Well, yeah, we talk about this a lot, but I think you might have been a step above the rest, to be honest with you.
Well, talking of that, right? We did. We'll get onto it, I'm sure, later on. But we did a spaceship shooter, Project X.
Yes.
I love that game.
I love that
later,
game.
we were asked by Capcom to do Project X 2 for Sony PlayStation when PlayStation was just coming out. Yeah.
Mm.
So we did it, and we didn't have playtesters back then. We did it until we felt it were good.
Yeah.
Then just to do the final stuff, and Andreas went over to Japan to sit there. Andreas and Martin, the bastards went without me. Can you believe that?
Unbelievable.
And then the Japanese were like, "Where's Rico? He should be." And they went, "Well, his job's done. We're only tweaking now." And they went, "Yeah, but he should have been here." Oh, you. Yeah, that I've got a grudge about still.
I bet, yeah. I could tell.
Back onto a positive note, right? So but the Japanese, they went, no, we need it tweaked to make it a bit harder. It was impossible. The Japanese were not good at these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, Westerners, nobody could play it. It was too hard.
It still is. I was playing it yesterday.
Yeah,
it's bastard hard.
Absolutely bastard hard, and that's not our fault.
It's a good game. I'll give you that. I love the switch between horizontal and vertical schmucks.
Yeah, that was a new one for us. We
really good.
We pushed it a little bit there.
Yeah.
Is that before or after? Actually, going to be after, isn't it?
Be after, because that was SNES.
Yeah. I didn't play 2. I played the first one.
All right.
I don't want to blow too much smoke up your ass too early, but all of these games still look amazing. They really, I mean, even Miami Chase, the graphics, I'm a huge fan of sprite art, as so many people who like retro games are, and I think it's beautiful stuff what you did.
Oh, thank you. I mean, horrible to look at now.
I think it's still great.
I'm impressed that you can look at it with your retro mind and appreciate what it was at the time, because now I don't like looking at them now because I remember it being different, I remember what I wanted it to be.
Well, we quite often say, I'm saying all the time, I did a very long-winded blog, literally took me like years to finish, where I was looking for old arcade games that I've never played before.
Yeah.
And I think when you come across something that you've never seen before, it's like seeing it new. So as far as I'm concerned, Miami Chase could have been one of these new retro-themed games that somebody come out with, because I've never seen it before. And having never seen it at the time and seeing it now, I thought it looked great. I thought it played like absolute hell.
I'm recording this, so I'm going to send this link to Andreas, mate.
Should have got him on.
Yeah. Oh, you must.
You could have slagged him off to his face, Andy.
Oh, I will.
Let's try and do it for another time, yeah?
Yeah, too, right. Yeah, that'd be great. For you, I think, because you saw it back then and probably, saw it lots, and now you've sort of me seeing it for the first time, I think, honestly, it still looks good. I mean, the pixel art is obviously very different to the way modern games look, but they've got a way of looking good or looking terrible still.
Yeah.
And I think most of the stuff I saw, most of the old Team 17 stuff still looks great that I'd never seen before.
I think when you look at these old games, you miss you see it for what it is, just on screen. You miss what goes on behind the scenes. And one of the things that I'm still proud of to this day, back then, was I desperately wanted to be able to drive under and behind things. So the overhangs and all that. And Andreas, bless him, it was a bastard for him to solve that one. But yeah, we did it. Driving behind it. And that's why we have girders like everywhere, just so you can drive under them.
Well, you drive into them, in my experience. You should definitely give it a go, Dave. It's an experience.
Yeah, I did want to play it. I played pretty much everything else on the list, or as much of it as I could. I played a lot of Project X because I remember that from back in the day. I remember coveting that on Mate's Amiga.
Really? Oh, wow.
It was beautiful. It was the first home game that I'd ever seen that looked as good, if not better, than arcade games.
No, we really, really tried to pull that.
Because I've always been a massive fan of R-Type.
Yes, obviously that was where all the
and Salamander and
Salamander was my favourite of the arcade. Now, I spent so many coins on that bloody thing.
Could you pinch their power-up system, didn't you, for Project X?
Borrowed.
One of the early jobs I got was doing arcade conversions for a company called De Gale Marketing. Absolute fucking pirates they were down in London. But they were both spaced above an arcade on Tottenham Court Road. And the beauty of this job was not what I got paid. It was being able to play all these bloody games for free. Endlessly.
Research.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, I love Project X. I remember it from back in the day and it being bastard hard, but if you stuck with it and saw it through, you've got good. You had to be good to get through. I never finished it, no. Somebody did once challenge me and said, "Can you finish this game?" I'm like, well, I don't know. Lend me your Amiga and give me a week and I'll give it my best shot. No, came nowhere close.
I'm always amazed at anybody that ever did, to be honest, because Super Frog, the game Super Frog, we got to a point where, well, we got to wrap this up somewhere, and we were naughty. We really were, because the last level of that one, it went down to the pixel, and you had to jump like 3 screens and nail it on the pixel, and people did.
Yeah.
It's like, how?
Yeah.
It's like we actively tried not to let you win.
How did Lucasade get involved in Super Frog? I played it, and I was playing it, and then I think I died and went back to the main screen, and I was like, what?
The shittiest sponsor ever. I remember when Mick came in and we were all dead excited. Like I say, he was the businessman, right? And he'd signed a sponsorship deal, and that had been pretty much unheard of in games at that point. And I went, do you think we can feature their product, their Lucasade, as like a power-up or something? Okay. Thinking there was big buck behind it, big soda.
Yeah.
Do you know what we got for it?
Some free Lucasade.
Yeah, like 3 boxes of Lucasade. That were it. I don't even like Lucasade.
Not even fresh. It's been out the back for a month.
Yeah.
I was watching an interview or listening to an interview with Martin earlier on, and he said that his original idea for the sponsorship was to get Newcastle Brown Ale.
Yeah. Now that would have been a bloody good
That
sponsor.
would have been a good sponsorship.
3 boxes of that would be all right.
I'm in.
I thought that was brilliant.
It's always been my weapon of choice.
Has it?
Did he work his way down? Did he start at Nuki Brown and just and then he ended up somewhere like 4 months later at Lucasade?
I don't know how he managed to screw that one up, because the amount of booze we drank back in the day.
You know what that is? That's a pub conversation where somebody just goes really like balls out bravado. I'm going to get us sponsored by Nuki Brown Ale. And everybody else in the room just goes, yeah, fuck off, whatever.
But you'd be surprised just how much of our games were designed in the pub.
Oh, I can believe it.
No, I wouldn't be surprised. I played them. You mentioned on your own website how much you sort of look back fondly on those days. Is it? I mean, still now, is it?
Oh, still to this day. I mean, I've been out of the games industry for over 10 years now. I look fondly back very much to when we were at the cutting edge, and the whole games industry was young, and it was smaller teams, it was cozier, everybody knew everybody, all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sounding like a granddad now, but it's not the same anymore. It's a grinding mill for the poor bastards that get into it. But back then, it was very, very easygoing. Good fun.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because you think, was Alien Breed 1991?
Ellenbury, yeah, that's about right.
Because Special Edition's 92, isn't it? Because it's in the name. But because we were talking to Mike Fasani, who did Desert Strike for EA at that time for the Mega Drive, and he was like, it was already grind. They were already absolutely hammering them. Like he said, his intro that he's recorded for us, it's not gone out yet, says, I'm Mike Fasani, I did Desert Strike, Jungle Strike, and Urban Strike, and it was hard work. I can tell you that.
I think it was for him because he was basically on his own.
Yeah.
You guys were a team. You could pass out responsibilities between you, whereas he was like, most of the game was him.
Yeah, but I think it was also he was working for EA, who were already, had huge ambitions by that point.
We were a small Yorkshire outfit with a very Yorkshire mentality, and one Swede who became an honorary Yorkshireman. And we were best mates and just having fun and lots of booze. It was just a good crack.
Is there a Rico worm in Worms? I don't remember ever seeing one. Did you get a worm named after you?
Sure there is.
Yeah, there will be one, I think.
There is, because Martin's nickname is Spadge.
Martin came up with a nickname for me, the sod.
Is it Beanbag?
Beanbag, that was one of them. Yeah,
I saw that somewhere earlier, and I thought, where the fuck does that come from?
Beanbag and Speen, and I don't know where the hell he got that from. Speen, S-P-E-E-N. So what's that? Yeah. So those are my 2 worms, I guess.
Any idea where Beanbag came from?
He got turfed out by his missus one night because we were out on the ranch a little bit too much. And he ended up crashing at my place, and I had him sleeping on the beanbag.
Ah,
I had no sofa at that point, but on beanbag, but it was one of these like vinyl beanbags. So he woke up absolutely sweating and stuck to it and right pissed off. So, much to my joy. Yeah.
You put a geezer up in his times of hardship, and that's the gratitude you get, right?
Yeah.
Oh, nice you've kept your accent. If you've been in Sweden for 30 years, you don't sound like Swedish chef or anything. You've still got a bit of northerner about you.
I'm told I sound posh when I come back to England now because the language has changed. The dialects in 30 years do change. They move on.
Yeah.
Because my dialect is still what it were when I left, it just hasn't changed.
They've got more northern and you've got less.
I speak old-fashioned now.
speak proper.
Time Soldiers. That was the, I thought, earlier game that had your name on it.
Oh, bloody hell. Yeah. That was the arcade conversion we were doing.
Was it an arcade conversion? Is that what that was?
That had nothing to do with Team 17 or Andreas or anything. That was just me doing a side gig, just making pennies at the time. Yeah. A little company called De Gale Marketing. Absolute cowboys. run by villains.
But it was the Wild West, wasn't it? Those Amiga days were just nuts.
It was an odd project, that one, because there was no creativity from my side. It was copy as faithfully as you could, and that's what I did. It was just that
bit of paycheck, bit of rent due.
It was a paycheck, yeah.
That's fair enough. Everyone's got to pay the rent, mate.
Yeah.
Play this game, pause it, trace over the graphics.
Yeah.
Did you see yourself early doors before moving into the industry? Did you see yourself doing that as a living, or was it something that just kind of happened naturally?
No, always. It was just going to happen. I remember the Spectrum. The first time I ever saw that you could make a sprite and actually join two sprites together, and we're talking a 16 by 16 monochrome thing, I realized that's early Lego. That's going to be something one day. And I can't tell you how fascinated I was about computer graphics. I knew something was going to happen, and I was actually laughed at a lot for thinking that computer graphics could ever be a thing, could ever be anything. It's silly. It's like, who would do art on a typewriter?
When we were interviewing Mike the other week, he's saying that the very, very first computer game that a lot of like really intelligent engineer type people looked at, they just looked at it and scoffed and said, that'll never, computers will never do anything.
Yeah, that was the universal attitude. It was a silly little fad. These fancy calculators will go away and we'll get back to being real people.
If only they had. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Can you imagine how good at maths everybody would be now?
I know.
My fascination went as far as, because I had a Spectrum, and I went as far. I was fascinated by the fact that you could use 8 digits of binary code to draw an 8x8 grid of things. That's as far as I got, unfortunately. But I was just fascinated by that. The fact that you could binary code. I can still remember 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, and all that in my like straight off. But that unfortunately is as far as I got. But I remember looking back and seeing Spectrum loading screens and thinking they looked amazing. I mean, coming back to Eagle's Nest, not to rub it in your face, but it was such a great loading screen for a 48K. So it was really, really and it's just when you think, as you say, that's possible. That's what people can do.
I think the turning point for me was the game Fairlight on the Spectrum. The loading screen for that was the first genuine artwork I think I saw that made me go, yeah, this will be something.
Yeah,
I remember at that age as well. I'd finished school and I just got into Banbury College of Art and turned up on the first day, and they said, forget anything you've learned before. We're going to be very disruptive. You've got to learn this and that. And I thought, sod that. I know what I want to do. And computer graphics were not on the course, so I dropped out straight away, instantly. Just no.
So the Dave Lister approach to art college.
A little bit.
Drop out on the first day.
Mm-hmm. Literally the first day. I didn't go back day 2.
Well done.
So you kicked off on the Amiga and you started on the Spectrum. So what were you just hobbying it on smaller things until you got involved in Team 7? Were you just sort of making it up on your own a bit?
All just enthusiasm, just seeing what can be done, what can be pushed. But I was determined that art could be done on it.
And you're right, apparently.
Well, yeah. those 8-bit loading screens, I still look at them today and think they look great.
Yeah.
I can see why they inspired you,
Mm.
but also as well how little bearing they had on the actual game itself. You'd have this glorious picture of Charles Bronson on Death Wish, and then you play the game and he's made out of 4 pixels.
Yeah, I think we were all fooled by some of those covers, weren't we?
Oh god, yeah. The budget game covers are just
Cracking.
They used to love to put Commodore 64 screenshots on the back of the Spectrum games. That was their biggest trick. There you go. And then later, even the Amiga and the ST. Look at this game. That is not what it looks like. What was your first computer, Rico? What did you have first? What was your first machine?
Yeah, that'll have been the Spectrum, and then 64. Loved the 64. So delighted that they're bringing it back now. That's
that's cool, isn't it?
hell of a thing. Loving it. Then Commodore, I think the 128. Then the Amiga.
Yeah.
And I literally spent my college fund on an Amiga.
You're the second person I've ever met to have owned a Commodore 128, my brother being the other one.
All right. Have I imagined this computer
Yeah.
or not? Yeah.
Yeah, because we did California Games a few episodes ago, and I played that like almost exclusively on the 128 because it was you didn't have to deal with fucking pressing play and loading each level. It was like instant. It was like go.
Did you try it on the Lynx?
I did, loved it on the Lynx. Yeah, really, really great.
The only game I saw, my neighbour were playing it. I can't say I ever played it because he wouldn't let me.
You'd have only had a 15-minute window for the batteries to run out anyway.
Got your face.
Stop me when I'm wrong.
That's because you're buying your batteries from Cotton End Village shop, mate. They've been hanging around in the fucking storeroom out the back for 36 years. I actually bought. It actually arrived yesterday. I bought the Spectrum Plus 3, which is the Spectrum with the disk drive.
Right.
A website called Console Man UK, and he's really great. He basically, obviously, he's just selling retro games, but he puts out a mail shop, and it's like everybody who knows me knows if I stop and go, gotta stop, whatever we're doing, could be working, could be down the pub, and it's just like, stop, I've got to check out this email to find out what the new stuff he's got in is so I can buy it. Yeah, so I got a Spectrum Plus 3 in the box for 60 quid, which is lovely, but then I found out that that's exactly how much it cost to buy a game for it.
That's one to mount on the wall.
Yeah, I never had a Plus 3. I had a 48 and a 128, and going back, I bought the rubber keyboard job because you have to, didn't you? Because that's the iconic one.
Hated that keyboard.
You and everybody else.
I think I had mine replaced a few times as well because they perished, didn't they?
Oh, it's awful. Yeah, it's really, really bad. But we were looking up, we did Dizzy, previous episode actually. And it turns out that the Oliver twins programmed Dizzy on an Amstrad linked to a Spectrum because they didn't want to use that shit keyboard. The whole reason. That's it. End of. Unbelievable.
I remember reading that could even be done. And I was never a programmer back then. Never a programmer, purely into the art. And it just boggled my mind that you could be on one computer and it would do things on the other one. I never got that.
No, I guess it's a different thing, isn't it?
I mean, it's one thing to sit and tap a few billion lines of BASIC into a Amstrad app that you've got to have a magazine and get a shitty Space Invaders clone. But to sit there and actually make something from scratch, and then put it on a different computer while using your computer, that's just
and to this day, I mean, Andreas has been my bro for 30 plus years, and I still can't understand how anybody, no matter how I try to understand it, programming assembler, just poking about what the hell's that about? It takes a special mind.
Yeah. So I've seen that like written down, and it's like, what is that?
It's just hex code.
Yeah, but how? How does that make something happen?
How? Yeah.
Yeah.
At Team 17, did you all operate on royalties or a fixed salary? How did that work?
We had a fixed salary when we were working at the time. We got royalties checks later. They never really amounted to an awful lot, to be honest. But we did well.
Good. Is the thing that I asked Mike Posehn for the Desert Strike thing. He said that he worked basically 2 years on advances on royalties yet to be paid.
Yeah.
And it worked out okay because Desert Strike was a massive hit. But if you spent 2 years of your life making a game almost single-handedly and it bombs, where'd you go from?
Yeah.
You just got to double down. We did a lot of that, and we were very lucky in that sense because yes, we were working on advances. We were getting finance to make these things, and it would come out of the royalties ultimately. But it all balanced out, so there was no foul play. Mick was as amazing to work with, and it just worked out to what it was. Not an amazing amount of money, to be honest, but not bad either. We did all right.
Yeah, but I think the other side of it, you talk about the industry now and what it is and how different it is, but also the marketplace. You think you were making games in an era when you put out a game and somebody would review it. It would be in a magazine, even if it was just a little tiny little column somewhere. There'd be a review of your game in there. But now it's like hundreds of games appear on Steam every single day.
Thousands.
It's insane. How do people, unless you happen to be the one that gets memed or gets like fucking some YouTube influencer twat decides to make a video about it, you've got next to no chance.
Yeah, and that is ultimately why I got out of the industry. I absolutely loved working in the industry back in the day, the 90s, early noughties, but it all changed. And it lacks the enthusiasm. It lacks the joy, frankly. Then it was time to get out.
What was the last game you did when you had a look in on?
Last game I was working on was Alien Breed 3D something. It was a top-down isometric 3D thing.
Was that the remakes?
It was one of the remakes. What was it I played not so long ago on Steam? I'd look it up, but I can't remember. Bugger.
It's like having two of me in the room, Dave, isn't it?
It is. It's great.
And any other now that I'm trying to think of it, I can't obviously, but there are much better versions of it. But again, that was just a work for hire gig. Then I'd already sold the rights to that anyway a long time ago.
Did you own the rights? Did you have full copyright of Alien Breed?
It came to a point where to consolidate the payments, and basically they were coming in dribbles at one point. So Mick said, "Listen, can we buy you out?" And he made a great offer. Said, in the coming 5 years, you might make this much. How about I double it?
Wow,
So yeah,
that is cool.
Fair call.
Nice. Yeah, very cool.
So you got 10 boxes of Lucasade.
You know the deal now, don't you? Yeah.
I'm starting to understand how Team 17 work. We've got all this Lucasade. We need to get rid of it.
like I say, everything was fair, fun, and good. It really was.
Good.
Nice.
Was there kind of like an A team and a B team?
Oh, very
there's
much.
There's a lot of games that you don't seem to be part of that seem to be sort of smaller things like the arcade pool game.
Yeah, they were forever trying to expand, get bigger. Tricky territory for me to talk about there. But
Okay.
not all of the side experiments were good ones, and
Well, there can't be. They can't all be hits, can they? I mean, I think you were bloody lucky with what you did put out.
we were, and there were when Hayden Dalton came on board as well, and Body Blows and a few other things. There were some absolutely cracking ones. Hayden's work was amazing. Respect to him forever. But the Team 17 back then were also trying to hire in or buy in ready-made games and stuff, and rarely did it work out.
Was there an early idea that they'd become a publisher?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
That was the goal. Mick, being the ever businessman, wanted to float the company and do all those businessy things. We just wanted to get drunk and make games, much to his chagrin.
And you succeeded at both.
Oh yeah,
More often than not.
yeah, very much so.
You say about going down the pub and getting pissed and all that sort of stuff. Did it feel like a real, cohesive team? Because there weren't many of you, were there?
At one point, Team 17 were 120 staff, branching out into various things. There was R&D in various different things. There was a point where multimedia, now there's a term you don't hear anymore, but multimedia, oh my God, that was the future of everything. So, Team 17 for a while experimented with that, so half the company were doing multimedia. Obviously, that died on its ass ultimately. But yeah, an amazing camaraderie, even with 120 lads. And I mean, we were all between the ages of 20 and 30. They were all young men. I think 3 women, young girls, all working there. Honorary guys. mainly because it was Scottish.
Could drink you under the table.
Yeah, it was one of those things. On the weekends were annoying because I just wanted to get back to work on a Monday. It was genuinely fun.
Wow.
Pressure of deadlines, none of that. That was really a thing. Yeah, we thought it was sometimes, but it never really was.
Yeah, not in a real way. Do you I was interested because we talked about in the Amiga episode how much piracy there was on the Amiga. Like, I don't think the number of Amiga games that I saw that didn't have a hacker's intro on the.
Yeah.
So how did you feel about it? You're making and trying to sell games. How did you feel about that whole
situation?
It's where we came from. It was all part of the deal. Dude, I'll be honest with you. Half the games we stole from, there's no way I could afford to buy them.
So it's just that this is the scene you're in, and because there's a school of thought that if you make a game good enough, people will buy it.
There was, and it worked very well in that sense. Like I said,
Yeah.
we were never rich, but we were certainly better off than the average people of our age, and
Yeah.
we got grand in that sense, and it went on to bigger and better things. But piracy was not really a concern. We were genuinely doing it for the love of it, honestly. There's nothing quite like seeing your game on the shelf.
Yeah.
Not bad.
It doesn't matter if it's making you rich or not. It's being out there and being recognized, and that was it.
Before I forget, what's your favourite cheese?
My favorite cheese.
Yeah.
Also, cheese of all bloody things.
Yeah.
I'm into this smoked cheese I found recently. But no. Yep. Cheese is cheese.
Okay, that's fair enough. You don't have to have an answer. I'm just going to ask it to everybody. It's either that or what's your favourite dinosaur?
Ooh, that one with the strange fucking rocks on its back.
Stegosaurus. Good man. Good
Yeah.
choice.
Good choice.
That's my favourite.
Give us a cocktail for your career. Anything that what could sum up your time in Team 17 and in everything you did that isn't a glass of Nuki Brown.
Oh well, yeah, you're just taking that one out of it.
No, you can have it. You can definitely
You
have
can
it.
absolutely have it, yeah.
Actually, there is a question on drinks that I did have for you. There's a really nice obituary to Martin Brown on the Team 17 website.
Yeah.
And there's an old picture of like you lot as a group, and you're looking very dapper in your denim shirt and your chinos. But you're all drinking a pint of something green. What was that? Can you remember? Have you seen the picture?
Yeah. Green Dragon.
What was that?
It was Holston Pills, Diamond White,
Oh,
and Blue Balls.
oh God.
There we go.
One of those will take out most people, yeah.
That's your cocktail.
It is, yeah.
That's it.
Question answered, that's it.
Add it to Difford's Guide and call it Rico.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Awesome. Love it.
That is fantastic.
I think I know the picture now, yeah. That picture was taken in a shopping mall, a really crappy little shopping mall in Wakefield that just happens to have this like it's attached to a Greg's this bar, and we just got absolutely rat-assed there.
I mean, it sounds like it. We're drinking that. Jesus Christ.
Diamond White Holston.
It's vicious.
Fucking hell.
Another quick question. Did you design the Team 17 logo?
Yes.
I thought so. It kind of got it feels like your art.
Well, it was Team 7, wasn't it? And you just stuck a 1 on it.
There you go.
No, but that Team 17 logo, that font is what I always think of. If somebody says Team 17, that's what I picture and always have.
I always find that fascinating that people have said, "Oh, I recognise that because that's got your style to it." And for the love nor money, I can't see my own style. I just can't.
No. What are you doing these days? You said you were doing
Plugins for Photoshop, wasn't it?
Oh no, that's hobby stuff. That
Oh, okay.
a side gig just for shits and giggles. I still work with computer graphics. Work for an ad agency, a communications bureau. So
Okay,
a lot
cool.
of explainer videos and that sort of thing.
You're not living off past glories then. You're still having to put a shift in.
Yeah. No, it's having somebody else paying the paychecks. Believe me.
Yeah.
Good.
I did freelancing for nearly 20 years, and that's fun with the freedom. But when I got my darling boy Charlie, when he came into the world, I realised I'm going to start being responsible, and actually bring in a steady wage instead of a
Absolutely.
boom.
We'll let you go, mate.
All right. Listen, I've really enjoyed this. So sometime in the future,
Come back.
another one. Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah, we'll get you back. We'll get Andreas in, and I get the impression that me and Dave won't get a word in edgeways. We'll try and make that happen in the future. But really appreciate you coming on, Rico. Really, really good of you, mate.
Most fun I've had since this afternoon. Yeah. I tell you what, I'm going to let Andreas know that we got to do this sometime.
Yeah,
Yeah,
too right.
brilliant.
Absolutely.
That'd be fantastic.
Cheers, Rico. Bye bye, mate.
Cheers again.
All
Now.
the best. Cheers,
Bye.
mate.
Bye.
What a guy. That was great.
What a nice bloke.
It was fantastic. Do you know what I really liked about him? The most important single thing that any single person can do. He turned up early.
Unlike me.
I love punctuation in a person.
Punctuation?
Punctuality. I'm pissed.
Did you get a cocktail?
Yeah.
Cool. I struggled.
I mean, basically, I had two choices. It was either pick something for Alien Breed or pick something for Rico.
Yeah.
And I kind of got one for each.
Okay, cool. I might have to make you say your Alien Breed one first. Because fuck it. Basically, from the moment I got in the house, right, walked in the house, dropped my shit, put my shit together, and all I did was try and find a fucking cocktail for 45 minutes to an hour. And completely, almost entirely failed. But yes, it's to do with Rico. So, what did he come up with for our Alien Breed / Rico Holmes episode?
Well, if we're treating it as an Alien Breed episode,
Yeah,
I quote unquote lazily searched and found the alien secretion cocktail that I've come across before. I think we were going to do an aliens episode that never happened.
Yeah, a couple of times, I think.
And I found it for that. Mainly, I found this because it sounds quite nice. It sounds really up my street.
It doesn't, Dave. From the name, it sounds horrendous.
No. The ingredients make it sound delicious.
Okay.
It's 60 ml of vodka, 15 ml of Midori.
I knew.
Yes, it's very green.
But I knew. You said it sounds delicious. I'm like, it's going to have Midori in it.
Yes. I love Midori. You can't not like Midori. So yeah, 16 ml of vodka, 15 ml of Midori. I'd put more in it than that, to be honest. 15 ml of coconut rum liqueur, which will be Malibu.
Yeah.
And then 90 ml of pineapple juice. That sounds... In fact, I think I've had something a lot like this.
Well, Malibu and pineapple was definitely a drink from back in the day, wasn't it? It was definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, it's quite simple, but I downed quite a few of those.
So how'd you make it?
You put all the shit in a glass. Not reading this at all. Select and pre-chill a Collins glass. Prepare garnish of pineapple wedge and Luxardo maraschino cherry. Shake all the ingredients with ice. Strain into an ice-filled glass.
Yeah, you're right. Put it all in the glass.
Yeah, put it in a glass with some ice. There's no science behind this. Take those ingredients, put them in a glass, add some ice.
I think we need to address at our next quarterly meeting. Your attitude towards the cocktail section of this podcast needs to be improved.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I think we might put a bonus thing related page.
Really?
Yeah.
From the man whose cocktail for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater was a Jaeger bomb.
I think you'll find that my cocktail for Tony Hawk's was a can of Skull shotgunned on the curb in cotton end. I mean,
it's not exactly a cocktail, is it?
It's very exclusive, though, isn't it?
It's let's call it contextual.
You've got to go to Cotton End.
Yeah, and somehow find a can of Skull. They still make it.
I have no idea. I'm sure in some corner shop somewhere.
I really hope not. It was vile then.
That's a very you sounding cocktail.
Yeah, it's a lazy sounding cocktail.
Yeah, it's lazy, but also because
it was very lazy.
Yes.
In my defense, if this is not an Alien Breed episode, if this is a Rico interview episode,
okay,
then I have a different cocktail. Because of Rico's foray into living in Scandinavia, and to celebrate his son Charlie, who he clearly loves,
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought I'd go for Sleepless in Sweden.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which I thought was quite a nice sort of nod to being a father and living out in Sweden, which
Too right, yeah.
I can't imagine that's an easy country to move to.
No, it's a bit of a culture shock, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think probably. I
I
mean,
mean, the Scandinavian countries, generally speaking, the people are quite like us. There's quite a shared sort of sense of humour, and that they're generally speaking nice people. But language barrier would have been massive.
yeah.
That would have taken a long time to get over. So props to him. I mean, he's obviously made a success of it, and I'm really happy for him. So yeah, Sleepless in Sweden is a community recipe on Difford's, contributed by a guy called Nicholas Plain. It's actually only a few months old, April this year, and it was entered in the Heyman's Original Gin competition. So it's 15 ml of Heyman's Vibrant Citrus Gin, 7.5 ml of chamomile tea syrup, 3.8 millilitres, yeah, give or take, raspberry jam. Good luck getting exactly 3.8 millilitres of anything.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah,
Especially fucking jam. 15 ml of lime juice, 30 ml of Heyman's Slow Gin, 15 ml of Cabernet Sauvignon wine, and then 7.5 ml of Bodega Chio Montemaro, which I have no idea what that is. But it always interests me to see cocktails that have wine in.
Yeah.
It's not a common ingredient, is it?
It's not, and it's interesting because you see, obviously, vermouth.
Yes.
Vermouth is very, very common, and it's more or less a fortified wine. It's very close to sherry, and you see sherry in cocktails quite a lot as well. And it's just like, but you never see just wine in cocktails.
Yeah, just basic wine is quite rare.
Yeah.
I've had a couple. I had one in there's quite a few good cocktail bars in Leicester, and I was in one of those ones, and there was a thing. The main thing in it was like a shot of red wine. I thought, well, give it a go, see what it's like. It's one of the nicest drinks I've ever had.
Doesn't sound like you, Dave. Give it a go.
I have been known to try things once in a while. But no, this looks great. It looks like a proper summery drink as well. Bright red.
Yeah, it sounds like it too. That's
massive ice cube. Sprig of something on the side.
Yeah. No, we'll pretend it's not fucking been raining for 2 weeks solid and we're still in summer, shall we? And yeah, no, that does sound.
Yeah. So yeah, you have to basically decide whether this is an Alien Breed episode or a Rico Holmes interview.
Well, I think for the sake of balance, we'll call it an Alien Breed from your perspective.
Okay.
I think,
because we spent so little time talking about Alien Breed.
In all reality, it was a Rico Holmes episode.
Yes.
It was. Which is why I went for the artist's special cocktail.
Eventually.
To thank Rico for coming on with us. Great guest. Really good fun to have him on board. So thanks again, Rico. So yeah, the artist's special cocktail. It's a bit of a sophisticated one. It's a bit of 45 ml of Irish whiskey, or just whiskey, really. I think it's, the difference between Irish and Scotch whiskey is for the connoisseurs, not for people like me. 45 ml of sherry, 15 ml of lemon juice, and 15 ml of red currant syrup. Didn't have red currant syrup, so as usual, I used blackberry syrup because I've got feckin' tons of it. I can't claim that this is the perfect artist special cocktail, but it's the pixel artist special cocktail. I think I should probably add it on Difford's as. Very, very nice. I enjoyed it a lot, but yeah, very sophisticated. It goes in a coupe glass. You're supposed to put some red currants along the side. Looks very pretty. Looks very Christmassy if you were to do it properly, which I didn't. But it's a very, very nice drink, but it is... Yeah, it's a coupe glass drink. It's sophisticated. It's not a glass of Nuki Brown. It is not. What is how it was called? Green Dragon?
Green Dragon. Holston Pills, Diamond White.
Blue Bowls, yeah. It's basically like most coupe glass drinks because it's quite short. You just stick it all in the shaker with some ice, shake it up and put it in a glass. It's a lovely, lovely drink. I would recommend it. Well, I'd say the Pixel Artist special, the one with creme de mure instead of red currant syrup, was delicious. I can't tell you what the red currant syrup one tastes like because who the hell has red currant syrup?
People who make their own red currant syrup, I would imagine.
True. I'll get Gemma to grow some red currants for when we have Rico and Mr. Tadic on. It would be great if we could make that happen. I don't know if he was just being nice, but it would be lovely if we could make that happen. Do you know what? We don't know what we're doing next. This is because of delays and things. We've got a little bit backed up. It should be AVP, shouldn't it?
The Capcom Aliens vs Predator beat 'em up or brawler. Yeah, that's it. Fantastic game. One of the best examples of that genre for my money.
And that'll be next time on Cocktail Mode, the podcast where gaming and alcohol are in our blood.